Well, I'm back in the jungle or the forest, however you prefer to refer to it as. And I want to apologize about the audio on my last video. It seemed to be good through most of it, but at the beginning, it was a little distorted. I'm still trying, I don't know. You know, I've worked with audio all my life. Of course, it's always been in a studio, so, and you know, the DJI mic too, and when I pair it to this, sometimes I get good audio, sometimes I don't get good audio. So if there's anybody out there that is really familiar with it and, you know, could give me some advice, please comment down below, or even drop me a line, an email, fishtankmedia.global@gmail.com. I'd really appreciate some advice, some help, some pointers, some tips. I'm always about that, you know, that say you get by with a little help from your friends. But with that said, all in all, Trevor has been here since, my son has been here since New Year's Eve, or he arrived on New Year's Day, basically. And we have had a tremendous trip. I mean, we started in Manila, of course, where I picked him up. We flew to Boracay, then went to Cataclan, Calibo, Rojas City, down to Iloilo, went to Cebu, went from Cebu to Bohol, into Tagbilaran and Panglao, drove up the eastern coast of Bohol into Lila and Dimiao and up to Ubay, and then we caught a ferry from Ubay over to Leyte, and then took a van from Hilongos to Tacloban or Tacloban and stayed the night there, and then got back here to Samar and Catbalogan City. And it's been a wonderful trip, and a lot of people are thinking, wow, how much did that all cost? Well, I'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. It wasn't as expensive as some might think after all the places I just described. And we did stay in some pretty nice places, you know, with my son being here. I wanted to make sure that he had a good experience. Me personally, I don't care about staying in a small little room that costs 900 to 1100 pesos a night, but I wanted to make sure, like I said, that my son had a really good time. But again, it wasn't as expensive as a lot of people may think it was. So I'll try to break it down. Now, as far as today, we're back here where I call home, and you know, it is a beautiful, beautiful place. I love it here. It's been pouring today, but it's decided to finally come out and be a beautiful day. The sun will shine. For how long? I don't know, you know. We'll get a big pour here probably in an hour or so, about 2 o'clock. I think I'm recording this at about 11 o'clock right now. But we're heading into, I'm heading into Catbalogan. I'm gonna catch the trike through the Fabregas and walk to his hotel that I got him. He's been staying there for 2 nights, and he's gonna be staying in town for another 4 or 5 nights. It's just a lot easier on him instead of having to live out in the jungle. Plus, I want him to be able to walk around and explore and, you know, hang out with people, meet people and stuff, and just see the sights and get the feel of really what the Philippines is all about. Because, you know, one thing about Samar, it is not like, I don't think, any of the other islands in the Philippines. It's not a big tourist destination. It definitely has the worst roads. I've talked about that before. It doesn't have fancy hotels. There's a couple of hotels in town that will do, but they're not fancy hotels by any means. So we're gonna go spend an afternoon at DAPS, throwing back a couple of cold sand MIGs, get some lunch, maybe do a live from there. I know Auntie Jen, it's her birthday today, back in Nasanugan, so we probably will come back there and do a little celebrating. enjoy some food, enjoy some drink, and just make a wonderful day of it. That's what you do in the Philippines. You just enjoy life. All right, we left Hilongos this morning. We didn't know how we were going to get to Tacloban. We looked at a couple of different options, but wasn't really sure. So when we left the MP Apartments, which was a great place, by the way, we just stood out on the road. I figured, hey, there's going to be a van coming by anytime. So we stood out on the road there with less than a minute. One showed up, dropped us right here at Tacloban, Robinson Mall on the south side. And then we're jumped in a trike and we're heading to the Ironwood. It wasn't too bad of a ride over. We weren't packed in there like sardines, but you know, who doesn't like sardines? All right, I got Trevor with me. We're walking the back roads of Tacloban, my stomping grounds, looking for a sorry store. And he's feeling sorry, just needs to stretch out and get a massage. It seems like we've come full circle. This is where I started out on New Year's Eve to head to Manila to go pick up my son. I'm at the Ironwood now. This is the 12th of January. He's upstairs still asleep. You know those kids, they like to sleep, and as you grow older, you're like, yeah, there's plenty of time to sleep when we die. Let's just get up and move on. So we're gonna have some breakfast, and then we're gonna check out the van and head over to Catbalogan, Samar, so he can experience these roads that I've been talking about. Samar has the worst roads in the Philippines. I don't know what it is. You know, I talked to all of these guys up here, like one of the kids that I talked to, the bartender, he says, even my grandfather used to talk about the terrible roads, and that was 70 years ago, and they still haven't done anything about it. I don't know why, and I'm not expecting it to change anytime in the near future. But I'm gonna grab some breakfast, jump in the shower, and shave, and get ready to move on out. And of course, always the nicest people on the planet. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
All right, we've checked out of the hotel here in Tacloban. Of course, the Ironwood. How did you like your stay, Trevor?
It's very nice.
It was very nice. We're going to the Grand Tourist Terminal, catch the van over to Samar and Catbalogan. Always a definite plus. We're at the Grand Tourist Terminal here in Tacloban, and we scored the 2 seats next to the driver and the 2 seats in back of the driver. We leave at 10:45, so it should be a comfortable ride at 1,000 kilometers per hour, passing people close to death. It's going to be exciting, as always. I love it. All right, we're in the van, and Trevor got a comfy seat, so he's not all smushed. And I got the front seat, so it's a good place to sleep, and we'll see you in Catbalogan. Well, we finally got into Catbalogan, and I was thinking the entire way here that I should have filmed some of the road, because I talked about how bad the road is on the way to Catbalogan. There's a few nice spots, but very, very few. What did you think, Trevor?
It was pretty rough. I don't think there was one point that wasn't under construction.
That's right. Diddy. So we're gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts, see if there's any donuts for all the kids. Look at there, and there's everybody doing their little acting and stuff over there. I tell you, this is not a place where tourists come. This is really the Philippines here, and you know, they don't have amenities like any of the other cities, so if you don't want to come here, cool, because I like it here without everybody. So let's go get some donuts for the girls, and then head to the village, so to speak. Trevor's like, you're gonna get me back to my place, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. I'll get you back to your hotel. Well, Trevor, you have no idea where you're going, huh?
No, I couldn't do it.
How are you feeling about that?
A little uneasy.
Don't worry, man. I got you. All right, Trevor, here you go. What do you think so far?
We are deep in it right now.
So,
I was worried about how wet it is and just walking in these shoes, but I'm fine now.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome here.
I think I have the best service I've had the whole time I've been in the Philippines.
Wow,
right
look
here.
at that bird. Welcome to, well, as we cruise into Nasanugan. Look at his
We call
face.
this home,
Look
apparently.
at his face. Yes. Yes, this is home, dude.
I feel like I'm on Survivor now.
Which has always been a dream of yours, so just roll with it.
That's true. Let's get some rice cooking.
We will definitely have rice.
When's the immunity challenge?
Rice is life. I think walking here till we get to the house is going to be your immunity challenge, because it will be a challenge. It feels so nice to be coming home. I mean, as soon as I crossed the San Juanico Bridge onto Samar, I kind of got that feeling. It's like, you know, after all that traveling, it was just nice to know that home was getting closer. And now it's very, very close. At the end of this path that is very muddy and slick. And hopefully this time I won't fall on my ass, bust my head on the... It's okay, I've got padding, I've got my backpack on now, so if I take a tumble, at least I'll land on it. Well, I've left my son in town for a couple of days. We'll go see how he's fared. I can't find my wife anywhere, so she's probably at the cousin's house, so I'm just gonna head on in and get a hold of her in a little bit. But time to head to town. I was also watching some vids today and heard some more stories about guys being taken advantage of and being lied to and things when hooking up with some girls here in the Philippines. And I often say that happens everywhere. But you just really have to be diligent. You have to do your diligence as far as, you know, noticing red flags, things like that. Never be afraid to ask questions or anything, because it's your life at the end of the day. And I'm not going to go through the, you know, don't send them money, don't do this, families, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you've heard it all before. And if you haven't, go ahead and comment, and I'll be more than happy to talk about it. You know, this guy did meet them on a dating site. Hello, how are you today? Very, very cute. This guy did meet this girl on a dating site, and that's the risk that you take. And again, I don't endorse it, and I know a lot of vloggers, I think, have mentioned it, and they're getting paid endorsements from them, is Christian Filipino. But I think that it is, it's not a dating site, really. I mean, you could call it that, but you know, it's more about bringing people together, and they do a great job at vetting people and things. It may be, you know, it's not free, like Plenty of Fish and all of that stuff, but you get what you paid for, you know. So if you're looking to find somebody, I think that really, really will fit what you're looking for, you can definitely find it there. And after you're talking to them for a little bit, they'll actually go ahead and, at your request, they'll call the girl without her knowledge, and they'll ask her questions, just like a casual conversation, you know, starting out with, hey, thanks for being on the site, and what do you think? Are you meeting anybody? And of course, if they say they haven't met anybody and you've been talking to them for 3 months, they're going to let you know, and that, of course, is a red flag. So I think it's definitely a way to go. If you want to put out a little extra to find the right girl, Christian Filipino probably is a good way of going. All right, gonna catch a ride into town. Should be real quick. Here's where we wait for the track to take us in. All right, just got dropped off into town, and I can see my son's hotel in the distance. I wanted to make sure he had the full immersion and got him this little square concrete room with no windows, just a bed, an AC, and a small TV. And that's how you do it. Right up there is the City Hall. Yeah, it's not like one of those immaculate places you see in the West. And this place is not for the foreigners that are faint of heart, that expect all the Western amenities and things like that, because it's not going to happen for you here. But me, I don't care. I've always been one of those guys that said, hey, if the pioneers can cross the U.S. in a wagon in the heat with no air conditioning, damn it, so can I.
Hello, sir.
Hello, hello. But one thing they are here is very friendly, very welcoming. All right, I've rescued Trevor from his concrete bunker known as the GV Hotel. How'd you like that?
It was all right. Occasionally, a little girl would come knock on my door, and I would think it was like housekeeping or something, so I'd answer it. It was just a little girl ding-dong ditching me, so
So we're gonna head over to one of my favorite little places just to relax and watch the world go by, get some food, drink some San Migs, and that would be Dap's Bistro down the street. Hey, look, nice ass. Or you can look at me and go, what an ass. That was astronomical. After you assessed it a few moments, you just have to assect it. It's time for a little snack. This always goes well together. Lumpia Shanghai and a San Mig Light. What do you think, Trevor?
I'm excited. It looks like it's going to be very good, but it's very hot, so I can't dive in quite yet.
Yeah, you gotta let it cool down, brother.
I don't like letting it cool down. I want to get in there.
You get one of those hanging flesh nodules like you do when you take a bite of hot pizza.
Right.
It might even be worse, I don't know.
Just get a pocket of hot oil in there right when you bite in.
Got Trevor checked into his new hotel, and we're heading on back to the house. How do you like this walk?
It's quite peaceful, very beautiful.
It is pretty amazing. I just am in awe every time I make it, yeah.
All the trees, I guess I should say they're hills. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen bigger mountains, but...
Yeah, it's not Mount Hood.
Right.
But I mean, you haven't seen those beautiful palm trees on Mount Hood all over the place too. Or the coconut trees, rather. They're not just tiny little palm trees. Banana trees everywhere, pineapple plants everywhere. Every kind of fruit you can imagine that's tropical grows along this trail. Really, really nice.
Man-eating beast, garden node path.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it past him. He's got the ears of a hyena or a wild dingo dog or something. Unfortunately, there are packs of wild dogs here that do attack people, which is unfortunate, but this one looks pretty docile. However, this pack of chickens look vicious. Oh, nope, they're running. What a bunch of chickens. Get back over here.